Hi, we got a blast from the past today. Smuttynose Finest Kind IPA. This used to be one of my favorite go-to IPAs, up around almost 10 years ago. And it seems like they brew it in the same way. So Smuttynose, they were bought by some private capital company or something like that. But it seems like they're keeping it just the same. They're not changing things around. They weren't bought by another big brewery or alcohol company. This is really nice and fresh, canned on the 5th, so 19 days old. Still 6.9% alcohol. Looked up the ingredients, seems the same. Pale malt and Crystal 60. So we're gonna have some of that old-fashioned caramely quality. But they use Magnum and Simcoe and Centennial and Santiam hops, and then bittered with Amarillo, which is a little bit newer variety. Let's see. I really have not had this beer in probably maybe 5 years. And I'm excited to try it. It's also nice to have it when it's ultra fresh. So you can tell it's very clear right off the bat. Looks good though. And it kind of looks like almost like Lawson's Double Sunshine that I recently did a review of. But this almost seems like it might be, there are some tiny little bits, but very few. I don't know if they filter it or if they just have some fining agents. Head looks quite good. I can tell it's going to stick around for a while. Yeah, it smells nice. The Amarillo is coming through with lots of orange notes. And there's a hint of almost caramel malt, but not really quite there. As you can see, it's pretty darn pale. A little bit of clean resin. Some candy kind of notes in there too. Not really pine. Not even like a soft spruciness to it. Lots of candied orange, maybe marmalade notes, and almost red berries. It might just be the malt that I'm getting. Very fruity. Kind of a Honey Nut Cheerios malt, but on the tongue, pretty citrusy, but then with the Honey Nut Cheerios, sweet malt in there that kind of prevents it from being all fruit. But it is very fruity and not very bitter. They say like 75 IBUs or something like that, which is around what the Alchemist's like heady topper is supposed to be. Ballpark. This seems less bitter. This is pretty easy to drink. Kind of medium light body, but there's some not almost silky substantialness to it, or substance, I should say. It's good. A really mild, a teeny bit of spice. This is probably one of the better examples of old-fashioned New England IPA. Like, not too bitter, not too malty. Kind of like Harpoon IPA, except that Harpoon IPA is like a little more bland than this. It's lower ABV, much lower IBUs. This is a very, very well-made beer. I'm trying to figure out, it's like an interesting spiciness that's almost soapy maybe eventually. But it's honestly, if they made this with all Citra, it might be pretty close to some Lawson's type beers. Very clean ale yeast. But I guess it's the combination of like the older school hops and the crystal malt and the clean yeast that creates this thing, this quality that was in the sort of in Lawson's, not as much because because Double Sunshine uses and Sip of Sunshine uses Citra a lot. But in like Racer 5, I had that recently. That's a lot more bitter than this, but there's this quality that just isn't in any new IPAs. It's kind of cool. It takes you back. And it's nice to know that Smuttynose is, for the most part, sticking to their guns. They have a lot of newer sour beers and things, but they still do find this kind really well. Deserves at least a 4. The sad thing is that they don't have the picture of the old guys in front of the trailer anymore, which is a little sad. But I guess they had to move on. That's really that's all they've changed, it seems, for the most part, with the new owners, is they redid the labels. But we still got the seal on there. I like that seal, boy. Goodbye.